Hi, my name is Dr. Amberly, and I am back with um, Barry McCockner, Mr. Lightbringer White, and Alana Anderson, and Kyle Longwood. We are here to conduct Kyle's interview. So, Kyle, what we're going to be doing in this interview is we're going to ask you to throw up all your macros one by one in the chat. Make sure you um, in between you wait a couple seconds before you throw up the rest so that way you won't be muted in the chat.
All right.
Alright. Okay, so then we're gonna read you the HP rules, MD rules, and RP rules. Then we're gonna ask you a stream of 10 questions. Um, just answer them to the best of your ability. If you have any questions in between the rules and the questions being asked, just please feel free to let us know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So can you go ahead and throw up all your macros for me
Yep.
one by one, starting from 10 for a copy all the way down, please? Sure. Move that. Let's put that. This way. No, scoop back. I need some room. Scoop back. Okay, all your macros look good, so we're gonna go ahead and read you the HP rules. Barry, whenever you're ready.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Yeah, so the HP
Yeah, so
rules
the
are
HP rules
do not
are
resuscitate
do not
patients on any
resuscitate
streets
patients on any
surrounding the hospital.
streets surrounding the
The blue
hospital.
outline
The blue outline
PvP events or any
PvP
army base.
events or any
Do
army
not serve
base.
patients who
Do
have
not
their
serve
weapons
patients who
drawn.
have their
Do
weapons
not
drawn.
stand or
Do
sell
not
on the main
stand
lobby
or sell
floor.
on the main
Do
lobby
not go
floor.
AFK while
Do
on
not go
duty. That will
AFK while on
result in a
duty.
3-day
That will
ban,
result in a 3-day
demotion,
ban,
and all funds
demotion,
returned.
and all funds
Only 2
returned.
staff members may
Only
be
two
at
staff
each
members
desk
may
in
be
rank
at each
order.
desk in
That
rank
rank is
order.
brown,
That rank is
maroon,
brown,
blue,
maroon,
white, then
blue,
green.
white,
Up
then
to
green.
3 may line up
Up to
down the
3 may
hallway,
line up
also in
down the
rank
hallway,
order.
also in rank
If your
order.
medication
If
wait
your
time is over
medication wait
5 minutes,
time is over
go on
5 minutes,
emergency calls
go
or
on emergency calls or
medication deliveries.
medication
If
deliveries.
the wait is under five
If
minutes,
the wait is
you
under
can wait in
five
the
minutes,
cafeteria.
you can wait in the
Do not use
cafeteria.
the front door.
Do not
Only
use the
rank
front
6
door.
or higher
Only rank
may enter
6 or
through the
higher
front door,
may enter
and
through the
only
front
7 or
door,
higher may
and only
use the
7 or
front
higher
parking
may
lot.
use the front
Do not
parking
spawn
lot.
the bus.
Do not
You
spawn the
must have
bus. You must
DCP
have
or
DCP
CP
or
permissions to spawn the
CP
bus.
permissions to spawn the
Radio
bus.
checks are
Radio
mandatory, and
checks
you are
are
expected to
mandatory, and
check
you
them
are
when they're thrown
expected to
up.
check in when
And you
they're thrown
cannot
up.
attend
And you
PvP
cannot attend
territories without a
PvP
rank 7
territories
or
without a
greater.
rank 7
Do you have
or
any
greater.
questions about
Do you
those
have any
rules?
questions about those rules?
No, I do not.
Yeah, no, I do not. It's one more rule too. You cannot stand on the back bush or hang out in the back anymore. If you are caught hanging out on the bush, and admin catches you and sends it to a higher up, you can be jailed. If you are jailed, then you will be dismissed from the faction. It's the radio check. It's the radio check.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read you the MD and RP rules. Give me 1 second. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back.
Can you go downstairs for a second? We are doing an interview, please. Thank you. So, MD1 is a refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusal to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without a justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to the medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. Punishment for that is one reprimand from the faction leadership. MD2 is providing medical aid during dangerous situations, selling medication, or resuscitating players in situations that threaten the life and health of both the medic and the player, including but not limited to, during an escalating conflict, an active shootout, a turf war, or etc. Punishment for that is one reprimand from the faction leadership. MD3 is compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment for that is from one warning to one reprimand from the leadership faction. MD4 is improper RP behavior, failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Punishment for that is one warning from the faction leadership. MD 4.1 disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior toward any player. Punishment for that is one reprimand or dismissal at the discretion of the faction leadership. MD2 is non compliance with orders. Failure to comply with leadership orders or to exert the chain of command within the faction. Punishment for that is one reprimand from the faction leadership. MD3 is, MD 4.3 is assault on civilians, assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, or fist without an RP reason. Punishment for that is dismissal from the faction. MD5, keep these down. MD5, the use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any weapons. Punishment for that is dismissal from the faction. MD6 is criminal activity intentionally associated with gangs, committing major crimes, including but not limited to theft, vandalism, murder, or joining faction activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment for that is dismissal from the faction. MD7 is use of service vehicles for personal purposes, using official medical transport for travel when not on duty, including for civilian jobs. Punishment for that is one warning. MD 7.1 is use of personal vehicles, using personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment for that is one warning from the faction. MD 8 is unauthorized issuance of recovery notes, issuing medical certificates outside of a hospital, issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. Punishment for that is one warning from the faction leadership. And warning is a verbal discussion of the situation initiated by the faction leadership with the player who committed the misdemeanor. Um, reprimand is a punishment issued by the faction leadership that is recorded in the employee's personal file. After getting three reprimands, the employee will be automatically fired. Do you have any questions about the MD rules?
No.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read you RP 13 through RP 16. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So RP 13 is NRP faction actions. violating RP conduct within the faction, including the unwarranted release of players from jail. Punishment for that is dismissal from the faction and or from 30 minutes in jail up to 3-day account ban. RP 14 is sexual harassment. Any form of sexual actions, including stimulation and explicit dialogue or actions, the use of ethnic and or LGBTQIA plus slurs, stalking other players, or excessive verbal detail and descriptions with sexual undertones. All sexual actions between players must be performed with the prior consent of all participating individuals. Even with prior consent, such roleplay actions must not take place in public areas or areas frequently visited by other players, including but not limited to jail, hospital, job zones, parking lots, or etc.
Yeah, please
Sorry
do
about
roll
that.
call. And Scott, please go down
I'm
go to the interviews.
that was my phone. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. Scott, we're having an interview, although if you can go downstairs, we'll come get you.
Let me go back to the archive.
Sorry, Dr. Abel.
That's okay. Mm, So, even with prior consent, such roleplay actions must not take place in public areas or areas frequently visited by other players, including but not limited to jail, hospital, turn that down, hospital, job zones, parking lots, etc. Punishment for that is 60 minutes mute or voice in text chat or an account ban ranging from 24 hours to 30 days. And RP 15 is provocation of faction members, intentionally provoking members of any faction for entertainment or with the intent to disrupt the faction operation. Punishment for that is 30 minutes in jail. RP 16 is criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts committed against emergency personnel, punishment for that is 90 minutes in jail to a 12-hour account ban. Do you have any questions about the RP rules?
No, I do not.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the first question. So, just answer them to the best of your ability. Um, the first question will be: so, what made you want to join the medical faction?
I enjoy helping people, and seeing how the how great cooperation you guys have with each other, and I just want to be part of the team.
Okay, I love that answer. So, what are the three areas that you cannot pick up anyone?
Outside the hospital, cargo, and gang turfs.
Yes, it's the hospital, gang turfs, and the military base.
I thought cargo was one too.
Yeah, if it's the turf.
Okay.
Uh, are you supposed to sell um, any med kits or pills on the floor?
No.
Okay. What is the importance of the chain of command?
To follow leaders because they have more experience and knowledge.
Okay. Um, at any time, when you have your maroon scrubs, are you supposed to spun the bus?
No.
Okay. Where do you see yourself going within the faction?
Eventually being a doctor one of these days, running brain surgery.
Okay, I like that. So say if you see one of your colleagues downstairs arguing on the main lobby floor, with a gang member. How would you de-escalate that situation?
I would tell them to
I
calm
would tell
down,
them
and
to
if they
calm
didn't, I
down,
would
and if
just
they
ask
didn't,
for a
I would just
higher up
ask
to
for a
talk to
higher
them.
up to talk to them.
Okay, and also, you want to record and report just in case they need evidence. Um, so if you don't have evidence, that just means that it didn't happen.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you want to screen record on your phone.
All right.
All right.
All right. So, are you supposed to give anyone like hits or pills with their guns out?
No.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let our other colleagues ask you a few questions. All right, so I'm gonna start with Barry.
Thank you, Dr. Amberly. Thank you, Dr. Amberly. Why is teamwork
Why is
important in the
teamwork
medical
important
faction?
in the medical faction? Everybody got to play their
Everybody
part
got to play their part
to make sure
to make
everything gets
sure
done
everything
correctly
gets
because
done
lives are on
correctly
the
because
line.
lives are on the line. Great answer. Great answer.
Great answer.
How would you deal with a
How would you
difficult
deal
coworker?
with a difficult coworker? I would just
I would just
give them a lot of
give them a lot
positivity
of
and hope it
positivity
rubs
and
off on
hope
them.
it rubs off on them. It's the best answer yet. Thank you, sir.
Best answer yet. Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Amberly, those are all the
Dr.
questions I
Emily,
have,
those are
ma'am.
all the questions I have, ma'am.
All right,
If you
all right. Alana, go ahead.
if you spawn the bus, how
On the
many people,
bus,
how many
how many
medics would you
people, how
pick
many
up?
medics would you pick up? I'm not supposed to
I'm not supposed
spawn
to
the bus.
spawn the bus.
Okay, that's a good
Okay,
answer.
that's a good answer.
Okay, Alana, you gotta ask one more.
When you arrive
When
to a
you
scene,
arrive to the
if
scene,
they start shooting,
if
what
they
would you
start
do?
shooting, what would you do? I would drive away.
I would drive away.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
You would always want to record and report just in case they start shooting at you as well.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Lightbringer?
So my first question is,
So
if
my first
somebody's
question is,
cussing
if
you out
somebody's
on
cussing
floor
you
one, what
out
do you
on
want to
floor
do?
one, what do you want to do? Remain calm
Remain calm
and just
and just
try to give them some
try to give them
positivity.
some positivity.
And if that doesn't work, I
And if
would
that
just
doesn't
call for
work,
a
I would
higher
just
up
call
and
for a
have them
higher up
deal with it.
and have them deal with it.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
that was a great
also,
answer.
that was a
Also,
great
just
answer.
record and
Also,
report.
just record and report.
Yeah, record and
Yeah,
report.
record and report.
And my second answer will
My
be,
second answer would be,
are you able
are
to,
you able to,
sit on the
sit
couch,
on the couch,
down the hall or on
down
the
the hall
floor
or on
while
the
you're selling
floor
med kits
while
and
you're selling
pills?
med kits and pills?
No, you are not.
No, you are not.
Great answer.
Great answer.
Well, I don't have any more questions. If they don't, you did a great job in your training, and thank you for being so patient with me. And the others, you did a great job in your interview, and I'm very happy to work with you. This concludes your interview.